Sweet.
Yes.
Okay, so Ryan and I are here and we're going to film some stair climbing techniques. So it's going to be a little bit of coaching going on here, an explanation of the different techniques, and there's 7, mind you. Does that surprise you?
No, not at all.
That's what 7 techniques. So we're going to go through them systematically and show you how to use the rails when you're stair climbing to be as efficient and as fast as possible. And this is the new iPhone head cam, so I'm going to put it on Ryan's head. That's awesome.
How's my focus?
Perfect. Alright. So the first one we're doing is just a regular climbing technique, and this is just using both rails because most stairwells are thin enough. Some are too wide, but some are thin enough so you can do that. So you just climb like this. Now the dip technique. So this one is the same as we were just doing, hand in hand, but at the top, at the landing, we do a little dip. We do a little push up. So it looks like this. And that's an offload for your legs. So your legs get a little bit of a half-second break. And that's all they need to refuel just a little bit. So you kind of reach forward and then dip, push up. It takes the weight off your legs. Now, a lot of people like to use 2 hands at once. And that one looks like this. You can also use the dip technique with this. So at the top, you're pushing up. This is a great way to combine those 2 techniques. When you're doing 2 hand, it's important to pull and then push. So you get a nice long stroke. Push, dip. Pull, push, pull, dip. Big long stroke. That way you're using your biceps, your back, your chest, your triceps, your shoulders. Lots of upper body muscles are helping out your legs to propel you up. Now some people like to do one hand on the rail and one hand on their leg, like this. So when you get tired, you have to slow down, but you still want to do 2 steps at a time. You should always do 2 steps at a time. Pull it with your hand, pushing with your other hand. Pulling with your rail hand, pushing with your hand underneath. And then there's some people that just like to use no rails at all, like Javier, who's #1 in the world, until he gets really tired. So he just does this and then uses his rail at the turn. Just sails up like this, grabs, turns, sails up the next one. No hands. Just swinging his arms when he's running. For the other climbers, they like to use the inside rail only. And some of the, actually this is the most common rail technique among the top rope climbers, besides Javier. And that's just this way, he's climbing like a rope. On a stair like this, a good inside rail technique on the turn is to pivot on your arm and put your weight on it like a crutch. So you just go up like this, get that inside plant, pivot, put your weight on, and you can step right onto the next stairwell with only 1 foot on the landing instead of 2. That'll save time too. 1 foot on the landing. So with the inside rail, it's important to pull and push too. So you push out some nice long strokes. Go ahead. and stay forward. Keep your center of gravity forward, because the mistake people make on this one is they lean back and then they're working against themselves. Yeah. So keep your center of gravity forward on the ball of your feet. So you're falling forward a little bit the whole time, and that's more efficient. And the last technique is the crutch technique. This one's really useful when you're out of gas, your legs are dead, and you've got nothing left, you have to rely on your arms. This is the hardest one to master. So it takes the most practice. But you just lean into it, and then lean on your inside arm. Like your left leg is laying. So your inside arm is straight, and you're using it like a crutch. Crutch, grab with your other hand, pull it. Crutch, grab, forward, pull. Crutch, spin. If this one's too frustrating for you, don't bother even trying to practice it. It's better to know the other techniques and be comfortable with them than to be struggling with one and get frustrated. It's really hard to learn, but once you do, you're glad you did. If you ever hit that wall where you feel like you just can't climb anymore. Along with this crutch technique, we give you a two-hand crutch too. So you can do inside and then outside. When you're real dead, you want to mix it up. You just go crutch over here, crutch over here, crutch over here, side to side. So you're switching side to side. The idea of all these techniques is to have lots of different methods you can choose from to mix it up. So you're spreading it around to lots of different muscles instead of just one plane of motion, just one set of muscles, and fatigue out, and then have nothing left. So introducing Kevin,
Hi.
who is one of the fastest stair climbers in the world, way faster than me, PJ. And so he's talking about his technique. So you start out how?
So, well, I started out a race. It's just the first couple floors to spread it out. I don't really use the rail much, but that's just for a couple floors I'm running. Pulling a rail and using it on the turns. But then, for as much of the race I can, I'm all inside rail. Because I think you're just staying closer to the inside and turning. It's more efficient. You aren't going back and forth and wasting energy like that. But once I start to get fatigued and later in the race, I like to open it up and pull with both hands if you can reach across, because you've got a lot more arm strength going there, and it opens up your lungs so you can breathe better.
Yeah.
So that's,
Let's see your two-hand technique.
my two-hand technique. So if I'm coming out of a turn, I usually step into it and grab the rail and just pull up like that.
Yeah.
And you can get 2 steps out of, I guess, one thrust with the arms.
Nice.